Guys, how are you? So I feel like someone needs to hear this. It's extremely important because something just happened recently, and that's how I got the word, like actually 20 minutes ago, and I got the word and I was like, wow, and I feel like someone needs to hear this. I know, like, we live in a very cold world, and I talked about Joseph. I talked about it's not your fault, and I also talked about like having boundaries. But I want to also share this with some of you guys, well, all you guys actually. you know I know many of you guys, when you have conversations with God, you're like, God, why does this always happen to me? God, you see what I do behind closed doors. God, I'm such a good person, I love everybody. Why do I consistently get hurt? God, when is this gonna stop? I just want to say, God doesn't want you to change who you are. And I know some of you guys like, why can't people just understand who I am? Like, why can't people just understand that I love them? Or why can't people just understand I'm a good person? Why do they a lot of people know you're a good person. A lot of people understand what type of heart you have. They just don't like it, right? And that's something that you can't change, right? But I also want to say, don't change who you are because of how others treat you. You have to remember something. A lot of people who are who they are today, and the reason why they do the things they do, and the things that you don't agree with, or the things that hurt you, is because somebody may have hurt them. And like I tell you guys all the time, I understand hurt people, but I feel like to a certain extent that should not be used as an excuse, because people are supposed to grow and change and learn from these experiences. They're not supposed to continue going around hurting people. But you have to remember something. You keep doing what you're doing. Don't change who you are because of how others treat you. Having boundaries with people doesn't mean you have to be cold-hearted. Doesn't mean you have to be bitter. You can still be that kind-hearted person that helps strangers, that kind-hearted person that does whatever you do behind the scenes, because you can't let your right hand know what your left hand's doing, or left hand know what your right hand's doing. However that saying goes. But remember something, just continue to be who you are behind closed doors, regardless of what people think, because you have the biggest witness of all. You have the biggest witness of all. The biggest witness of all is the Lord. The Lord witnesses everything. Let me tell you something about God. God understands motives. God understands motives. See, a person can come to you and say, here, I'm going to give you $20 because I love you so much. And they may do that in front of a lot of people, and everybody else may be like, wow, that person is so nice, oh my goodness. And they gave you the $20, and then 2 weeks later they ask you back for it. And then because you can't give it back to them, they say, well, I shouldn't have gave it to you, and you realize there's strings attached. And the people around that saw them do that and give you that $20, they walk away thinking this person's an amazing person. And you know the truth when later on you know the truth about this person, because this person came back and started twisting things, and this person came back and now has strings attached. So you're able to see the real truth behind that person, right? And then you're kind of like, now I look like the bad guy because they're making it out like I'm the bad guy. But God knows motives. Whereas a person that may come and ask someone for something and they're not able to give it to the person because they don't have it, they may look on the outside like the bad guy because they never gave it to that person. Well, in all actual reality, their motives are pure and they wish they had it to give. Do you get what I'm saying? But people wouldn't know that. They will just look at it like, oh, she's selfish, or he's selfish. Do you see how sometimes what you see in the physical is not actually what it is behind the scenes? And that's why I say you have the biggest witness of all, and the biggest witness of all is God. I had to just use those as examples or whatever, because yeah, things may look like something on the outside, on the physical, but it's really the motives. It's all about motives behind things. Motives. God knows the motives behind every single thing. And all I'm here to say is that continue being you. Don't let the way people treat you, don't let the sores that's been put in your back, don't let the heartbreaks, the amount of times you had to heal, don't let all of that turn you into someone that you're not. Don't let all of that make you feel like you have to change who you are, and that you have to be like everybody else to be accepted in this world. Remember, boundaries does not mean being cold, being bitter, being mean. Boundaries is to protect yourself, but you can still have a big heart. You can still love. You can still be helping. You can still do what you need to do, but having strict boundaries while doing it. Okay, I just want to say that. So whoever is asking God, why me? Why does those happen to me? God, I have a good heart. I have this. God knows this. God knows this. And this is what God looks at. He looks at your motives behind things. He looks at your heart behind things, despite what others say or others think. You have one of the most greatest witnesses of all. You have the Lord as your witness. So just always remember that. Okay? Love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.